All right, so next we're going to hear about yoga and the role that yoga may play in kind of your daily activities and how it can be beneficial to living well with Parkinson's. And I'd like to introduce to you Gigi Arcilla, who has been a yoga instructor for, leading HAPS yoga classes for 4 years. Gigi has taught for the MS Society as well as in Sugar Land and Westview Senior Centers, several residential facilities for seniors, and more. Her counseling background also enhances her instruction with its emphasis on mindfulness-based cognitive therapies. See the theme? All right. She enjoys seeing the group members improve each time and showing them ways to live each day with more calm and ease. So let's welcome Gigi Arcilla.
Thank you, Kathleen, for that wonderful introduction and for being part of this. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to speak to you about how yoga can benefit people with Parkinson's. Speaking on behalf of the groups that I have led, I have been so inspired by the progress that I have seen, by even just the renewed sense of self-confidence, a feeling of groundedness that they feel when they leave the sessions. And so I wanted to share this with all of you so you can, see if this is something you might want to pursue in your daily lives. As Kathleen has said, I have been a part of HAPS for 4 years, and have also felt a big part of this community also in other residential facilities. So I feel like I can really understand my father has some disabilities, and I feel that it has enhanced my knowledge. Also with my counseling background, that has helped me infuse some of the things into this podium. So I wanted to start out with teaching you a little bit about, this is my HAPS group, and as you can see, there's different modalities that you can see. There's, you can do floor exercises, you can do standing and chair. So whatever helps them feel more comfortable, you can use bolsters. And so this is all about tapping into that inner sense of resilience, as Stan has mentioned. Because the thing I wanted to emphasize about yoga is it is about finding unity within yourself. It is finding unity within your community. It's about finding that sense of self-awareness. And so whatever makes you feel comfortable, you know your body best, and that's what I keep saying during my sessions. Your body has its own wisdom. And so doing this brings out the mind-body connection. And we do this through the breath that allows the flow of energy to go through. And there are some terms that I wanted to start out with. For those of you who are not familiar with some of the terms in yoga, asanas are the series of static postures. They're physical postures. I teach Hatha yoga. I was trained by Maria Teresa Mazzarella. She's a 70-year-old teacher, and she herself was trained by Bikram, who's one of the founders of yoga. And the physical postures address things like strength, flexibility, balance, and again, that mind-body-breath connection. Pranayama has to do with the breathing practices. It's the breath of life. So often we rush through life. We have shallow breathing, and this is the time to make space for yourself to, bring in some of that life within yourself. And this, again, enhances awareness through meditation. And meditation is the most important part at the end of the yoga session. Some people, I understand if they have to leave, if they have appointments, but if they can just take a few moments to do that, it allows you to integrate everything you've done with standing and, sitting and doing the postures And that brings you into a sense of alertness as well as relaxation. And so we'll speak first about the different benefits of yoga. As you can see, it's functional mobility, balance, strength, flexibility, mood, and sleep. And so the first part with functional mobility, participating in a yoga program can help someone with the way they walk, with their posture, with their balance. So it all comes together. When you strengthen with your standing poses the hip and knee extensors as well as your ankle flexors, this helps improve your stability because your center of mass is stabilized as you're walking, and so your gait is improved. And the other part that I wanted to bring up, there's some isometric exercises that we do even when we're sitting in our chair. Like, for example, we'll put one foot on top of the knee, and then we'll push, create a resistance with the arm. So you're not just passively, acting upon your knee. You're actually feeling that sense of resistance. And through that, that's known as isometric. So the joint and the length of the muscle do not change. That creates the strength. And then you have transitions, and as you move into another pose, and during that transition, which is the isokinetic phase, that's when the muscle length does change. That also helps with flexibility. So these are things to keep in mind as you're doing these poses. But I also wanted to emphasize that as you're just breathing, even if you're just in mountain pose and you're taking a nice deep breath, you're still doing yoga. So often people have this idea that yoga is about doing pretzel poses or, I know when I first teach this, people are like, what? It took me months to do this. I also give modifications. The point of it is to help counteract the rounding of the shoulders, right? And also as you release from that contraction with, the eagle pose, as some of you have seen, then you feel a little more relaxed. You feel, okay, that I can now move with more ease. And that's what I want everyone to get out of my class, is the feeling that no matter what you're going through, no matter what stress, you can still continue to live with Parkinson's, with ease, with a feeling of vitality. Because I've seen it. When I've seen them come out of meditation, their tremors are visibly reduced. They feel, when we practice more of these smooth motions, and especially crossing the midline of the body, working on their coordination, they do feel a sense of restoration. And that's really inspiring to see. There's also strength. We work a lot on lower body strength as well as upper body strength. So even those with limited mobility, if they're using a wheelchair, we still work, they still do some good work. And for example, as I'll demonstrate later, like the awkward chair poses, as you're leaning back and you're pushing forward, you're working those hip and knee extensors. But it's also connecting with the mind, because wherever the mind draws attention to, you're sending that breath and intention as well as that energy. Everything is about flow. Okay, so the next part is flexibility. So as you're working on things like moving the arms forward and moving the spine, like in the cat tiger position, so as you're moving your spine back and forth, you're opening up the chest, which opens up sometimes there's rounding of the shoulders and rigid postures. That is a clinical manifestation in PD. So continuing to work on that helps enhance the posture greatly. Improved hip mobility is seen, and this translates into great improvements in the shuffling gait. And as one of my supervisors said, when one of my clients who is using, a walker, she says, wow, I've seen such a great improvement from when I first saw him to how I see him now. And he comes every time. And that's just wonderful to see, that he sees that there is a benefit to it. He's not giving up. We find a modification if he needs it. It's all about giving attentiveness and self-care to oneself. And then there's mood and sleep, and this is absolutely wonderful because The psychosocial benefits that you can get in a yoga group, as Stan had mentioned, there's that feeling of community and rapport that enhances the dopamine levels. You know, dopamine is depleted in people with PDs, so this goes beyond what one can achieve with dopaminergic therapy. There's a sense of spark that I see when people talk to one another and feel excited about what they're doing. And then everything that they're doing, they're carrying out into their daily lives. And also, there's a calming effect of yoga. It enhances parasympathetic output. So parasympathetic has to do with the relaxation part of the nervous system. Again, that is why I see a noticeable difference in how their mood, their disposition, their symptoms start to subside as they're in that meditative state, and they carry that outside. And it also enhances their sleep. So I always tell people, you'll have the best sleep of your life after my class, and they do. And that's one of the testimonials that I got from one of my clients. Said that the Savasana pose is my favorite, and I get a full night's sleep in 10 minutes. Because you get really deep REM, right? And then you have, it has helped me to sleep more soundly with more REM, which allows my medicine to work more deeply. Can you all hear me? I know sometimes I move around because I'm a yoga teacher, I'm used to moving, but I can always speak right in here. So yes, she finds that she can be more alert after the session, and the next day she carries that sense of relaxation and alertness. I feel like I'm floating on air. I feel more alert and calm and grounded. Okay, so I wanted to lead you through some asanas that strengthen your core and your posture. And so if you want to all stand up, again, you listen to your body. If you need to ease off, feel free to do so, but you will have the chair. Okay, so stand with your feet about hip width apart, and then you can use your chair. Again, you may want to make sure you have enough room because you'll bend your lower back as though you're trying to sit on something behind you. You can reach one hand or both. Well, again, I'll just keep this here. If you feel like you can put both hands up, that's okay. Then we'll just go back up. But that's just to demonstrate, you see what it's acting on. It's acting on your hip and knee. Okay? Then the next one we'll do is the modified boat. And this can even be done sitting down. Basically, you bring your hands forward, your palms together, and you just let your head drop between your elbows and breathe. And then you open up. So this helps with the rounding and the stooping of the shoulders and improves your posture. Then you just fly around. And in my class, I try to make it fun, like where would you like to fly to? A lot of people say Boracay. Well, one person says that's where, in the Philippines where I'm from. And there's the beach, someone likes to play golf. So this allows you to just let your imagination soar. And all these movements with your arms, again, help with the posture, the stiffness. And then you let it go. You just let it go. Okay, this is my favorite one. I'm trying not to fall off the stage, but I'll just step a few steps behind me, okay? This is called the kitchen sink stretch. I think I've given a sample to Celeste a long time ago. Basically, you take a few steps back. It's like a modified downward dog. Let your head drop between your arms and just push back as though someone's pushing your buttocks back to the wall. And you just kind of see about how your back is flattening. Again, be mindful. You don't have to stay as long. But again, all these movements and poses build the strength and help with the flexibility. Again, we sometimes have tight discs. A lot of dynamic movement is really important. And then we move up. And draw a sphere over your head. Okay? And the last one I'll kind of ad-lib, and this has to do with what's on your handout about dynamic movement. You know, you want to place your hands together and just feel for that kind of magnetic pull between your hands. You can just feel like a push and pull between your hands, and as you get more centered and grounded, you can kind of imagine the color of your energy ball. So you just kind of play with some figure 8 motions. Again, it helps with the flexibility, range of motion, building just a sense of a play and imagination. So you move however you want to move. This is your time to experiment with that motion. Notice how I'm not really doing anything. My body's just sort of going where it wants to go. So you do the same. Just explore that space. Think about the light that you're playing with. Okay, you can even do big circles. And notice how it works with your torso. And up and back. Good. And then just let it open up all around you, like you have this nice light all around you. All right? So the last part, and you may take a seat, I'll walk you through is alternate nostril breathing. This type of breathing helps with balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain, because as you breathe in through the right, it activates the sympathetic nervous system, which works in energizing you. And as you breathe in through the left nostril, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps in relaxing you. So having that alternating, I read the study in Time magazine. It has really shown benefit for improving your cognitive ability as well as your overall sense of well-being. So just bring your hand in front of your face, first 2 to 3 fingers down. And as you breathe in, you close your right nostril with your thumb, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. And inhale right. Close, exhale left. And then just let the breath flow naturally. So to kind of sum up what all this has helped with, we've done some dynamic movements. And if we did that to music, moving to music, as Virginia will talk about further, so I won't go into too much detail, but moving to music helps with rhythm awareness, which helps with building a steady gait. And so even the breathing, breathing in that sense of rhythm, again, helps with that ability to manage timing, and that can help with your mobility. Whenever we do movements with the hand going across, touching the other, knee, that eye-hand coordination, again, helps with symptoms of Parkinson's. And so all of these together, the mind-body-breath connection, associated with the building the balance in the core, all these help, stave off some of the symptoms with Parkinson's. So the final part that I'll guide you through to me, is the most important part of yoga, and this is the guided meditation. And it's very similar, but I kind of go with a little more imagery. So we'll just do a little bit here. I'll see if you can sit back in your chair and just let your hands rest on your knees. Feeling the stability of the chair behind you and beneath you. Allowing your feet to rock back and forth. You can even think about spreading your toes. And you're just placing yourself in a happy place that brings you joy and contentment. It could be a beach, it could be the woods, with a lake, a garden, or mountaintop. And you just allow yourself to feel immersed in the natural beauty all around you. Just allow yourself to open up all your senses, being in the here and now. And you may look out over the ocean. You see the light of the sun dancing on the waves. Maybe some sailboats are gliding by, different colored sails, blowing in the wind, and you feel the wind on your face, maybe ruffling your clothes, moving your hair. You smell the sea salt spray. You smell the earth beneath you. You may even feel the water on your feet as it flows through and recedes back into the ocean. You allow your breath to follow that rhythm, in and out. And then you look up at the sky as the sun is starting to set over the horizon. And you see that it's causing the sky to be all different kinds of colors, swirling around, pinks and golds and violets, and swirling around like a painter's palette. You may see images of this moon starting to peek out, maybe some stars. And as the sun is setting, you allow that sun to go in through the top of your head and just allow it to flow in like liquid light, warming your forehead, warming your eyes, relaxing each part of the body as I mention them, allowing it to travel over your chin, ears, neck, into your throat, feeling the light cascade into your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands, feeling the vibration in your fingertips, feeling like you can hold the light in your hands. Allow the light to go down your back, vertebra by vertebra, just starting to relax and feel a sense of melting into your space. Allow the light to flow in through your heart, into your belly. And allow it to open up that solar plexus, which is the power center of your belly, your energy center. Releasing any worries, any cares, just letting it go. Allow it to flow into your hips and into your thighs and knees, calves and feet, and out your toes, till it forms this golden white light, this golden cocoon of light all around you, surrounding you, gossamer thin, feeling like it's sparkling, just like the light you saw dancing on the water. And as you breathe in, that light grows brighter. And as you breathe out, it grows dimmer. And you just feel a sense of timelessness, like you're floating on water. And you're just looking up at the sky, feeling a part of everything. You are united within, throughout. And so just know you are where you are meant to be at this moment. Knowing that all is well. Just focusing on the breathing, the nice inflow and outflow of breath. How it feels going through your lungs. Feeling the sensations on your face. there are any thoughts that you may have, just release them for now. Let it fly away on a cloud that you see floating by. And then coming back into your breath. Allow the light to flow into your heart even brighter. Allow it to flow outside your heart. And sending your own blessings of light all throughout the universe and feeling it come back to you. Feeling more whole and grounded and connected. Feeling more strong and resilient and at peace. And so coming back into your breath. Take a nice deep cleansing breath in and out. 2 more breaths. For your whole body, inhale, exhale, 1 more, and then wiggling your fingers and your toes, open your eyes, and then you may place your hand on your belly. Some of the chanting and the humming that we do helps bring good vibration throughout the whole body, as well as just, it's like a reset button for the mind. So if you feel you would like to, you're welcome to hum along with me, but we always start with Ah for the belly. Ah. O for the heart. And for the head. And put it all together. And I'll just end with a final blessing. It's been my pleasure to guide you through this meditation, through this lecture. I send you lots of love and light and blessings. Again, may the longtime sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. May the pure light that is within you guide you your way on. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.